Caitlyn Clark, 27-11, and now holds the record for the most 25-point, 10-assist games in WNBA history, despite only playing 1 year and 2 games. She has the most 25-10 games in WNBA history, despite only playing 1 year, 2 games.
Did you hear what Caitlyn Clark just accomplished? She's not only shattering WNBA records, but she's also establishing a new benchmark. To put that into perspective, Clark now holds the record for the most games in which she has scored at least 25 points and dished out 10 assists, having achieved this feat 6 times in just 44 career appearances. Throughout her career, Sabrina managed 5 of these games, and Diana Taurasi has 4.
Caitlyn Clark has 6, Sabrina Ionescu has 5, DT, the great Diana Taurasi, has 4. Nobody else has more than 2. Clark did it in 44 careers.
You may be wondering how a 44-game career compares to WNBA legends who have accumulated their legacies over hundreds of games. But here's the crazy part, and we're about to get into it. Look, this isn't some fluke. Clark is already chasing the triple-double record, and she's only just getting started this season. The numbers don't lie, and what she's doing is changing how everyone looks at greatness in the league.
Caitlyn Clark last night went off for 27 points and 11 assists.
Although they only lost by 1 point in her second game against the Dream, Clark did something unexpected. She is not only putting up impressive numbers, but she is doing so at a historic pace. The WNBA has seen its share of top guards, but Clark is changing the course of history by reaching milestones in weeks that others have taken years or even entire careers to achieve.
The greatest point guard offensively of all time. And I think you could argue peak for peak the best point guard of all time because of how much better she is offensively than anyone else.
Examine the figures. With at least 25 points and 10 assists in 6 games and just 44 career appearances, Clark now holds the WNBA record for most games played.
Yeah, Caitlyn Clark is not human. Like, she is by so much the best prime peak for peak guard in the WNBA. Offensively, there's ever.
For perspective, the entire list shows that Sabrina Ionescu has 5 of these games in her career, Diana Taurasi has 4, and no one else has more than 2. Both Ionescu and Taurasi need several seasons to achieve those totals, but Clark accomplished it before to the end of her second year. This type of acceleration is not only uncommon, but it is also unprecedented in the league.
In her sophomore season, Clark now has the most 25-point, 10-assist games in WNBA history. She has only played in 42 games in her entire WNBA career.
Additionally, in her sophomore season, Clark tied the record for the most games with at least 20 points and 10 assists, which was previously held by Courtney Vanderloot, who has played since 2011 and required 343 games to reach that milestone. Clark has only participated in 42 games during her WNBA career, but her impact goes beyond that. Clark only needed 42 to match it. It is evident from the speed at which she is accumulating these performances that she is not only a scorer, but also a passer each and every night.
Been a lot of back and forth. I think a lot of people didn't want to give her the credit that she deserved, where she need to play X amount of years. When a player is great in his rookie year, he's great. Ain't nobody try to hold Magic back. Ain't nobody try to hold Bird back. They were good. And people acknowledge that.
The story is not solely told by the stat sheet. In her season opener against Atlanta, Clark ran the offense and demonstrated her ability to control every possession. She scored 27 points, dished out 11 assists, and almost added a triple-double, which is becoming a realistic possibility for her. In practically every game, Clark did more than just score. She created shots for everyone around her, cutting through the defense and finding teammates in positions where only they could finish.
Actually on track for another triple-double in this game at halftime. I believe she had like 16 points, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. So she was on track for another triple-double. She did not get it in this.
Her offensive prowess distinguishes her. According to Nick Van Exel, her deep range draws defenders out, opening gaps and making setups for teammates simple. She remains composed under pressure and never rushes. Caitlyn Clark plays at her own speed, using deft passes, hesitations, and fakes to keep opponents guessing. She is always in charge, whether she is scoring or providing an assist.
What is it from what you can see, Nick, having played the game, having coached the game, still being around the game, having been...
Although many questioned if Clark's skill would translate from day one, she is not only setting new standards for herself, she is also redefining what domination looks like for a WNBA guard.
Brina tied her. She held the record, someone tied the record, then she held it again. As a rookie. She held an all-time record as a rookie.
Additionally, if you're late, buckle up because what's about to happen is going to shatter your mind.
Also has now tied Courtney Vandersloot for the most 20-point, 10-assist games in WNBA history. And guys, if you look at this screenshot here, it's actually kind of wild. So Caitlyn Clark has 10 games with 20 points and 10 assists, and she reached that milestone in only 42 games. And as you can see, Courtney Vandersloot, who holds that record, reached it in 430 games. So Caitlyn Clark is on track to absolutely obliterate this record.
Courtney Vandersloot had set the record for dominating with 20 points and 10 assists in a game for years. However, the shocking thing is that it took her 343 games to reach that point. Then came Clark, who tied the record in just 42 games. That's not just an impressive stat. It's an absurd pace we haven't seen in this league before.
She's just another level. Like, she generates open layups. Like, Aaliyah Boston, in fairness, did a really good job on some of those post moves. But like, if Natasha Howard had just caught the ball for a layup in the fourth quarter, if Bree Turner had just made those open layups.
Skepticism ensued. People were wondering if Caitlyn Clark's dominance in college would hold up against the physicality and relentless defenses of the WNBA, if her size and style would translate to the next level, or if she would just be another prospect who couldn't translate her game. However, Clark didn't waste any time answering those questions on the court. From the first minute, defenders tried everything to break her rhythm with presses, doubles, and physical play, but Clark remained composed, as Nick Van Exel stated that her advantage is that she plays at her own pace. She slows the game, sees the floor, and picks her spots when defenses overplay, using it against them by threading pocket passes through narrow windows and setting up easy buckets. She's making it look effortless, which is a quality that most guards aspire to.
Funny layup, yep.
Because that big is just sitting in that pocket. She getting that pass, rolling, she getting easy layups.
Clark has a superb offensive game. Although her vast range draws notice, her playmaking is what really makes her stand out. As Van Exel stated, she creates open layups, something no one else can do. That level of efficiency is uncommon, especially at this early stage of her career. Defenders must guard her far out, stretching the floor and creating space. She doesn't force shots. Instead, she finds high-percentage looks, reads defenses, and delivers perfect passes for easy buckets.
Without question, something that nobody else can do. And she's going to average close to 20 a game. Like, we saw Caitlyn have a iffy game. And she had 27 points. She had 27 in what appeared to be an iffy, from the outside looking in, an iffy game offensively.
Clark's instincts for the game are evident everywhere. Teams are even beginning to let her camp out for rebounds on defense because they know she'll drive the ball up the court and initiate the fast break. It's not just about scoring or passing. This change goes beyond simply praising her statistics. Her pursuit of triple-doubles, which is nearly unheard of at this early stage of a WNBA career, is being fueled by it. She is already on track to challenge league records for assists and triple-doubles, and she is only growing more at ease with each game.
It's not normal what's happening. And as you can see by the fact that she has tied the all-time WNBA record for 20 and 10 games.
Recognition is rapidly approaching. The fact that Clark was selected to the All-WNBA first team as a rookie is a unique honor that speaks volumes about her immediate impact. She is not only living up to the hype, but surpassing it, and the questions surrounding her transition have subsided in favor of discussions about how much higher she can go. However, Clark's story is about more than just stifling critics or racking up stats. Her actions are going beyond just improving her own game. They are influencing the league as a whole and altering perceptions of the WNBA and its prospects.
By Courtney Vandersloot, who has played since 2011. She has played since 2011. Caitlyn Clark was 9 years old when Courtney Vandersloot was drafted into the WNBA. She was 9 years old, and she has now tied a record set by Slew, who's still playing, by the way. Who is still playing. Like, it's
You witness it every night she takes the court. This isn't just about basketball anymore. The Caitlyn Clark effect is real, and it's transforming the WNBA in ways that are quantifiable. For years, the league tried to increase its viewership, but now that Clark is there, arenas that once had trouble filling up are suddenly selling out, regardless of the city where she plays.
The game that they had on Saturday was the most viewed game since 2000. Normally her games, they sell out. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how good the opposing team is. We know when they go to New York and they play the Liberty. We understand when they come to Las Vegas and play the Aces. We understand that. It doesn't matter who she plays.
It's not just about the crowds in the building. Clark's influence is also evident on TV screens across the nation. One of her games was the most watched regular season WNBA broadcast since 2000, and that's no accident. People are watching because they want to see what she does next for a league that has fought for viewership for decades. The numbers show that she is a game share. Not only are Clark's games well-liked, but they're also establishing new benchmarks for the audience size that women's basketball can attract.
I mean, I went to the game when they played the Aces. And you would have thought she was on the home team. When they introduced her,
Yeah.
I ain't telling what somebody told me, Ocho. I'm telling you what I'm there. I heard it.
She different now.
You know,
I saw at the All-Star game. I was at the All-Star game in Phoenix, in Arizona. She got an ovation that rivals Asia Wilson.
Additionally, the WNBA is seeing a surge in new sponsorships and revenue due to Clark's attention. Insiders claim that her influence is already generating new sponsorship agreements and pay raises. Because of the attention she's receiving, rookie salaries could increase to $350,000 per season. This is a significant change from a few years ago and is generating real momentum for the league's future. It's not just about one player getting paid. It's about raising the bar for everyone on the court.
And she's bringing eyeballs and sponsors and advertisers, and they're about to do a new deal that's going to generate millions and millions of dollars. It's going to increase the salary. So a 1 year salary. So now a 1 year a max player might get $350,000, $400,000. Why do you think that is?
To me, it's a win-win for the ladies, man.
It's a win-win.
Van Exel compared her arena impact to Allen Iverson, pointing out that she draws standing ovations in opposing arenas, which isn't something you see every day, especially in basketball, where Iverson was one of the few players outside of Michael Jordan who could light up any crowd even if he was torching their team. However, there's something about Clark that makes fans want to watch regardless of who they normally root for. Fans admire Clark's game and are eager to see what she'll do next, so she has the same kind of draw.
You know, from an individual standpoint, the last NBA player that, in my eyes, who had that kind of effect on a society was that damn Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
AI had that same effect, man, because when he went into an opposing arena, he got a standing ovation. Sometimes you get teams going like the Lakers,
yes.
Boston, the Knicks. A team is going to an opposing. AI, to me, outside of Jordan, was that next person.
You can sense the impact of the league's abrupt coverage. Sports media are giving women's basketball a lot of attention, and the discussion is about the current state of affairs rather than merely the WNBA's potential. Clark's performances have changed the focus, making every game she plays a national story. Similar to how Magic Johnson and Larry Bird helped usher in a new age for the NBA, the league is expanding, and this time, Clark is driving the upsurge.
Because she has that ability. She can handle the ball. She's tremendous off the dribble. Like you said, she can get downhill.
All of this is occurring because Clark entered the league with the intention of making an impression not only through her play, but also through her demeanor and ability to connect with fans. Her influence is felt everywhere, in the stands, on television, in sponsorship agreements, and in the conversation surrounding women's basketball. The league is larger, the stakes are higher, and the spotlight is brighter. In addition to breaking records and setting new records, Clark is also redefining what is expected of WNBA stars and raising the bar for what is feasible in the league. If you think the story ends here, you might want to keep watching because what she has already achieved is only the beginning.
Up during the season, which is normal. Like you come in as a top player, guess what? We finna show you. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to our league. We know you're gonna be good, but welcome to our league. Take this with you. That's normal basketball. You know what I'm saying? And she handled.
With 6 games with at least 25 points and 10 assists in her first 44 career appearances, Caitlyn Clark isn't just lifting the bar, she's setting it. Throughout her career, Sabrina Ionescu has played 5 of these games, and Diana Taurasi has played 4. By the end of the season, Clark could overtake Alyssa Thomas for second place all-time in triple-doubles and set a new record for career assist average. What record do you think Clark will break next? Share your predictions in the comments section below. Her pace is unmatched, and she has already established herself as one of the league's best guards.